this is Cheyenne Valentine. Back today again with a new episode. In this episode, I want to talk about how women and men should both take accountability for their actions, for their behavior, particularly with anything. But I want to talk about when it comes to having kids, because, you know, I did a video to women telling women you should refrain. I did this video almost 2 years ago. You should refrain from having children out of wedlock. You need to try as best as you can. Even though I know some women might say, well, I'm contradicting myself because a lot of these men don't want to get married now. I know I'm going to get into that. So we got a big problem here. But if you can refrain, okay, from having kids out of wedlock, that would be great. And at the same time, I keep getting people talking about men and it's the woman's fault. And why it's the woman's fault for single mothers and all this. So someone commented and said, sorry sis, but men are correct about us having the power. I am going to have to call you out on this. I don't have any children and it's intentional. I say yes or no, how it's done and where we do it. Stop asking men to care about what happens to you. We are starting to sound crazy. You said they don't care and love raw sex, so why are you expecting them to be the responsible party? They want ass. Protect yourself. Stop getting upset and pay attention so that you don't become a victim of stupidity. First of all, how many times have I said I don't have any fucking kids? I'm gonna pick this again. I have said this over 100 times. So you gotta realize who you're talking to. I protected myself because I don't have any damn kids. I don't know. Yeah, I think that was in this video where I talked about a guy played games with me who I was in a relationship with. I requested for him to use a condom. He agreed, and we had intercourse, and he said, let me adjust the condom. He pulled his penis out. I wasn't looking at him at the time. And then he adjusted it and put it back in. And I told him, wait a minute, stop. It felt weird as he was pumping. And he pulled it out and I see it wasn't a condom on it. And I said, where the hell's the condom? He had took it out. He didn't want to use a condom. But he went along with it because he wanted to get laid. But his intentions was to have raw sex with me. In addition, he already had a child. So what would have happened when he took off that condom and put it back in me without my consent? What would have happened had he kept pumping and ejaculating inside of me and I became pregnant? You know what would have happened? I would have told him I was pregnant. He would have said, get a fucking abortion. And if I disagree with him, he would say, you better not carry the baby to term. And I would have carried it to term. And then he would have walked out, and then I would have to put him on child support. And then he would have been going around saying that I put him on child support and he didn't want a child. You see what I'm talking about? So when he did that to me, we did not continue having sex that night. I told him to leave my apartment and we broke up. So you got to understand who you're talking to. You're not talking to some person who had unprotected sex with different men and had kids by different men. I don't have any damn kids. So obviously I protected myself. So when you say stop getting upset and pay attention so that you don't become somebody's victim of stupidity, I didn't. And it says stop asking men to care about what happens to you. We are starting to sound crazy. No, you sound crazy. I sound logical. How am I asking men to care about what happens to me? I told men to care about what happens to them. Are you listening to my damn video? See, this is what's frustrating. It's like people are listening to me and they flipping my words around. So let me break this down. I'm telling men to take accountability for them, and I'm telling women to take accountability for themselves. Everybody should take accountability for what they do. I don't want to hear now, unless someone was tricked. I'm gonna get into that later in this video. That is something different. Because the opposite gender will try to trick you, like what he did to me. He tried to trick me. Because somebody would have said, well, if let's say I would have got pregnant by him, they would have said, why you wasn't on birth control and why you didn't make him use a condom. Okay, I requested for him to use a condom. He agreed to it. But then he tricked me and I caught him. Had I not caught him, we would have been having raw sex, and then he would ejaculate inside me and I would have became pregnant. Do you see what I'm saying? So I went into it protecting myself too, and also if I really, in addition to, I always use condoms, but what a woman can do is also get on birth control and use condoms. That's where I would recommend do both at the same time, but I always will use condoms. But as far as the men, now she said, I think this is a woman. You said Judah. Okay, I read that. Oh yeah, when she said, you said they don't care and love raw sex, so why are you expecting them to be the responsible party? I hold on. I'm not expecting. So you're saying that I shouldn't expect a grown man to be responsible for himself? I did not fucking say he should be responsible for me. I don't have any kids. I use condoms. I said if he doesn't want a fucking child, he needs to be responsible for his own damn dick. Why are y'all giving these men a pass for their damn behavior? See, this is why they don't never fucking change, because of women and men like y'all. Then this person said, stop. They want ass, protect yourself. I did protect myself. I don't have any damn kids. Just like you don't have any children because it's intentional. So let's get to the men. The men that have kids but did not want them, why did they not stop themselves from getting a woman pregnant? That is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a specific category of men. I'm talking about the men who have unprotected sex with a woman who told him that she was not on birth control. He knew she wasn't on it. He did not use a condom. He came in her. She became pregnant. He gets mad and said, can you have an abortion? She doesn't have one. She keeps it. He walks out on her. And then when he doesn't take care of his child, she puts him on child support. That is the man that I'm talking about. That is a specific category of men. That is not all men. I'm talking about the men that claim they did not fucking want kids, but impregnated a woman. What part are you not getting? And also the women who did not trick them, because some women do play games. One game a woman would play, she would say she's on birth control when she's really not. That's one game a woman to play. And also a game that a guy would play on you is like what the dude did to me. He'll act like he'll go along with having intercourse with you. He'll put on a condom. He'll, proceed to pump up and down, and he'll say, oh, I gotta adjust the condom, and he'll pull his penis out, take the condom off while you're not looking, and put it back in there. They play games like that. So people can go into a situation trying to protect themselves, thinking they're protected, and this person's running game on them. I'm not talking about that situation. I caught the piece of shit. I'm talking about when these men are saying they didn't want the baby, but he didn't use a condom. Why you keep talking about the woman? I'm tired of you motherfuckers keep talking about what the woman did. If another person comment underneath a video that was, because this is the funny part, when I did my hood rat video, nobody was on there talking about what men did. No one went under that video and said, oh, well, hood rats exist because men want to have sex with them. So the good girls seen that all the guys wanted hood rats, so they all turned to hood rats. But yet, all the women underneath that video, I think one woman didn't like the video because she probably was a hood rat, but if you go underneath my video, hood rats, you have women under there agreeing, saying, I don't like them either. But when you go in a video where I'm discussing a certain kind of man, this is not all black men. All black men are not thugs, bums, cardies, and doughboys. Just like all black women are hood rats. So when you go into the other video about the thugs, bums, and dope boys, all you see is fucking men. The men who do comment, not all of them. It's not all of them, but the majority of them. I had to delete some of these dudes. I had to delete some of their comments or block them. Under there talking about women. And this is what they're saying. They're making excuses once again and blaming women and saying that all the dope boys, drug dealers, felons, and car thieves exist because of women, because women are having sex with them. And the good men, allegedly the good men were 90% of the men. And since all the women was having sex with them, they all decided to become dope boys, car thieves, and playboys because they were mimicking the men who were getting all the women. So if you're going to use that logic then and say but the women did not create the dope boys and car thieves and drug dealers. But if we're going to use that logic, then I'm going to say that men created hood rats, because then I'm going to say that basically because the men were choosing the hood rats, they multiplied them because other women saying, well, all the hood rats are getting all the attention, so I'm going to become a hood rat too. Does any of this shit sound right? Doesn't this sound illogical and stupid? We're not addressing, where did the hood rats come from? Where did the thugs, dope boys, and drug dealers come from? Where did they come? How did they get created? How did they become the image in society of a black man and black woman? Most black people aren't like them. But how did they oversaturate our community? That's what I want to talk about. You keep talking about what women did. So back to this thing. I never said that women should make men responsible for their decisions. I said if a woman doesn't want to get pregnant, she's supposed to request the guy to use a condom. And she should get on birth control. If he doesn't want to use a condom, she should say, I'm not having sex with you. That's how she takes the power. She does not have all. Now this person say, I don't. What does this person say? But men are correct about us having the power. I'm going to call you out on this. I say yes or no, how it's done and where we do it. Wait a minute. And your point? And your point, okay, and he also has, so he's an innocent bystander. You put a gun in his head and told him to come in your house, to not use a condom, to fucking come in you, and you told him that you wasn't on birth control. You told him to do that? No, you both are participating in the act. You're not gonna put all this shit on women. When I blame both of them, whoever in the act did not want the baby and got the person and helped create it is the one to blame. So I'm saying, let's say if I was to get pregnant right now, but I didn't want the baby, I'm to blame for that because I knew I didn't want a kid, and I wasn't on birth control, and I did not request him to use a condom. Let's talk about the requesting a guy to use a condom and all this. People keep saying that the woman chooses and she can make him use, and she should have made him use a condom. Listen to me, motherfuckers, okay? Listen to me real good. If she wants to get pregnant, why would she request him to use a condom? Listen to what I'm saying. I'm taking each individual in a scenario on their own. I'm not on their own. You have a male and a female. They both are two individuals. They're going into a sex act. Okay, if the man, let's start with the man. If he doesn't want to have a child, and he knows if he has unprotected sex and ejaculating inside of a woman, and she's not on birth control, he's going to get her pregnant. But that man does not want a child. He does not want a child. What is he supposed to do? Can someone raise their hand and answer the question? I'm going to do this again. If a guy is about to have intercourse with a woman and he does not want a child, I don't care what the fuck she wants. I said him. What is he supposed to do? Use a condom, right? Whether she's on birth control or not, he's supposed to use a condom, because doesn't he not want an STD? Okay, so he's supposed to use a condom. Let's just say he's about to have sex with her. He's like, I don't want a baby. So he brings a condom to the sex. And since you women say, oh, I'm the one to decide where. So let's say you set up a place for you and him to have sex. He comes over to your house. You sound ready to do it. He comes over. He knows he doesn't want to have a baby. He doesn't want to get you pregnant. So he brings a condom. Or maybe you happen to have some, but if he doesn't want the kid, he's supposed to bring the fucking condom. Hopefully you have some too, because maybe you don't want to get pregnant. But we're talking about him right now. He doesn't want a baby. So he brings a condom. So he proceeds to put on a condom. Let's say the woman, you, says, I don't want you to use a condom because you want a baby. You the one let's say in this scenario that wants the baby. So you tell him, please don't use it. I don't want you to use a condom. So what does this man do in that situation? Once again, everybody, he doesn't want a baby. This is not about her, because some women, a lot of them want the baby. That's what I'm trying to say. So the person that don't want the baby is the guy in a lot of cases, right? So what is he supposed to do? He's about to have intercourse with this beautiful woman, and she just said, I don't want you to use a condom. I don't want you to use one. But he doesn't want a baby. What is he supposed to do? This is what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to tell her, I don't want to have a baby, so I'm going to use a condom. And if she said, well, you can't have sex with me if you use a condom. I want you to come at me. I don't want a baby. I want a baby. I don't want you to use a condom. I don't like how it feels. It chafes me. I don't want you to use a condom. I'm going to tell you, and he should say to her again, I have to use a condom, because I don't want to get you pregnant. And if she keeps saying, well, no, well, then we can't have sex if you use a condom, he's supposed to get out of the bed, pull up his pants, and leave. Because he is the one that does not want the baby. However, if he stays, okay, and he decides to have sex with her without a condom because she requested, she did not want him to use a condom, and he ejaculates inside of her and she becomes pregnant, why would he get upset? He knew what was going to happen, and she's going to keep the baby because, as she said, I don't want you to use a condom. She knew that if he's not using a condom, they having raw sex, and she's going to get pregnant. So she wants the baby. He is the motherfucker that doesn't want the baby. So why would he have unprotected sex with somebody when he doesn't want the baby? Let's flip the scenario. Let's take me, who doesn't have any kids, by the way. I would always request a gentleman to use a condom. Let's say there's a situation where I'm about to have intercourse. He has a condom. I have a condom. He put it on and he says, you know what? I don't want to use it. And I tell him, no, you have to use it. I don't want to get STD. Not saying you got one, but I don't want to get STD and I don't want to get pregnant. And he says, I don't care. The condoms make me go soft. They chafe me. And I don't want to use a condom. And I'm not having sex with you if I got to use it. I don't want to use it. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask him to leave. Or if I came over to his place, I'm going to put on my clothes and fucking leave. Because I'm not having unprotected sex with him. But that's because I don't want a fucking kid. This is not, I don't want a kid. So whoever, male or female, doesn't want the child is supposed to protect themselves. What are you all not getting? I never said women should expect a man to be responsible, but you just said they're not the responsible party and don't be a victim of stupidity. So you're saying some of them are stupid, they're not responsible, and yeah, I said they love, and then you say just won't ask, protect yourself. I did protect myself. This wasn't about me telling women to leave the decision up to the guy. You didn't hear what I said, huh? I'm gonna repeat this again. This is about me telling men and women to be responsible for themselves in a sex act. I don't care which gender you are. If you do not want to create a child, you are supposed to protect yourself. I don't give a fuck that the woman calls the dude over there and she agrees to the sex. Okay? That's perfectly fine. But if he doesn't want the child, why is he leaving it up to her? I keep hearing men saying, why didn't she make him use a fucking condom? You stupid motherfucker. If you don't want to get her pregnant, you're supposed to willingly put on a damn condom. And if she's a person that doesn't, if she's a woman and she wants to get pregnant, she might ask you not to use the condom because that particular woman doesn't want to, she does want to get pregnant. And if she refuses to have sex with you, if you have on a condom, you are supposed to get up and walk out the fucking room. You're supposed to leave because this woman's trying to set you up. She's trying to get you to get her pregnant, and you don't want to get her pregnant, right? You don't want her to have a kid that you can't afford. You don't even fucking want her, right? So why would you have unprotected sex with a woman and then get her pregnant and then get mad? Well, you knew if you had unprotected sex with her and she wasn't on birth control, you was going to get her pregnant. So why would you do that? Oh, and for you people saying, oh, it's unrealistic. I know what you all are going to say. It's unrealistic for a man to walk away from a situation when his penis hard. I'm going to give you an example. I don't know if you all watched the videos by Walter Hampton. He happens to be a gay guy. He talked about how a lot of men he knew in Atlanta died of AIDS. And he said that several men that he had encounters with back in the day, he gotten to know them and they went on a couple of dates, and when it was time to have intercourse, he was the top and they was the bottom. He always would just naturally put on a condom because he didn't want to get sexually transmitted disease. He's sleeping with a man so he can't get him pregnant, but he did not want a sexually transmitted disease, so he would put on a condom. The guy would allow him to use the condom at first. Then the guy would say, oh, it's hurting, it's chafing me, can you take it out? He would take his penis out. I don't mean to be graphic. Adjust the condom, and they say, you know what, can you just take the condom off? I don't want you to use a condom. I want you to raw dog me. In that moment, he has a decision to make for himself. It's not about the other person. It's about you. What do you want? Do you want to get a woman pregnant, or for women, do you want to get pregnant? Don't stop talking about the other party in a situation. Let's talk about you. What do you want? Stop making somebody else fucking responsible for you. I'm tired of people making excuses for men, and when they say they don't want the kid. I don't make excuses for women. If a woman says she didn't want a kid, but she let a dude come in her, she went on birth control and he didn't have a condom on, I blame her. I'm like, well, if you didn't want to get pregnant, why didn't you ask him to use a condom? And if he refused to use a condom, you should have walked the fuck out or told him to leave. For men who say that they didn't want to get a woman pregnant, she should have made him use a condom. Oh no, motherfucker, you should have used the condom. She don't have to make you do shit. You're the one that doesn't want an STD, and you're the one that did not want the baby. How you putting the responsibility of your life in the hands of a woman, in the hands of the person you're fucking? That's the most dumbest shit ever. You talking about we sound crazy. No, that sounds crazy when a man goes into a sex act knowing he don't want a baby and refuses to use a fucking condom, and knowing the bride is not on birth control. And even if she fucking told you she was on birth control, you supposed to still use a condom to protect yourself from STD, so you don't care about getting sexually transmitted disease. And if you put on a damn condom and she said, can you please take it off, you should say, no, I can't. I'm not having unprotected sex with you. I don't want to get you pregnant. And if she says, well, I'm not having sex with you if you keep that condom on, you supposed to put on your fucking clothes and walk the fuck out. Because you the one that don't want the fucking baby. Because if you take that condom off and raw dog her and you come in her and she's not on birth control, she's carrying a baby to term most likely, and then you're gonna be fucking mad. But the only person you got to blame is your fucking self, dude, because you knew if you had raw sex with her, you know how to make a baby, right? You have raw sex, you ejaculate, the sperm enters the egg, the woman becomes pregnant. Okay, you know this, right? And then she's not on birth control, yeah. So why would you not use a condom with this woman if you didn't want a baby with her? Back to Walter. So he had this happen to him multiple times. he's penetrating the guy. The guy says he has the condom on. The guy said, "Can you take it out? It's hurting me. It's chafing." And then once he takes it out and adjusts it, the guy says, "Well, just take the condom off." In that moment, Walter had to make a decision. He told, I'm not going to get into any further what happened, but he did not finish penetrating this young man, or these men, and they did other sex acts, and he went home. So he found out, or he just left. I think he said most of the time he would just put on his clothes and leave, because the guys wanted to have unprotected sex with him. He found out all the men, he said, that did that to him, that he used the condom with at first, they claimed it was chafing him. And then when he pulled out, they said, "Well, just take the condom off." And then he would refuse to continue raw, and then he would leave. He found out later all those men died of AIDS. So basically, they probably knew they had AIDS, and they wanted him to have unprotected sex with them so they could pass it on to him. So I don't want to hear any more fucking excuses. I mean, I understand you're horny and your dick is hard, but you got to make a damn decision. You got to make a damn decision, and whatever happens, if you allow your dick to control the situation, is what fucking happens. And stop blaming somebody else for every fucking thing. The next person that get down in my comment section, making it, like I said, under the hood rat video, everybody, yeah, hood rats are bad and all that. But then when I do the video about the thugs, bombs, and dope boys, you got all these men underneath my fucking comment section talking about the women are choosing the thugs, well, the men are choosing the hood rats. What the hell are you talking about? You let these men run rapid in the community, don't say shit to them, and then they terrorize your children and your mothers, and you have nothing to say. You just want to put your foot on the neck of a woman, keep talking about what she's doing, and then have unprotected sex with women that you know you don't want to have a baby with when you don't want a child. I'm going to pick this again. I don't care if it's the male or the female. If you do not want a child, you are supposed to go into the sex act to protect yourself. I never said the woman was supposed to leave the responsibility of her body to a fucking man. I would never say none of that damn stupid. I said the man, whoever, whether it's the male or the female in the sex act, if whoever doesn't want the child, whether it's both of y'all or one of y'all, is supposed to protect themselves. And I don't care what the other person in the sex act feels. If they're not going along with the program, you are to leave or say, "I'm not having sex with you." So for the man, if you go into the sex act with a condom, ready to use a condom because you don't want to get her pregnant, and she's like, "No, I don't want you to use one," and she refuses to have sex with you if you have a condom on, then you're supposed to leave. But we know with a lot of these men, they're not fighting. If a woman wants to say to a guy during a sex act, "I don't want you to use a condom," a lot of times he's most likely not going to use it because he don't want to use the shit anyway, because they love raw sex. So most likely he's not going to put up a fight. He ain't gonna put up a fight. He gonna go into her raw, come in her, and then get mad when she get pregnant. I'm done listening to this fucking stupidity. I'm really done with it. And I might close down my comment section, because I had my comment sections closed down before, but someone told me, open them up, let people in. But it's like, if this the logic of people, if these people, this fucking, I don't like calling people retarded and stupid, because I think that's very lowbrow. And I apologize if I did call anybody stupid or retarded. I really do apologize. But people, you don't understand how frustrating this is when I'm looking at this scenario and I'm just telling everybody to take fucking accountability. That is the damn problem in the community. Nobody takes accountability for their own fucking actions. People are always making excuses for what somebody's doing. And this person talking about they don't have kids. I don't have kids either. So I know what you're talking about. You took accountability for your actions. All I'm asking is for men to do the same. All I'm asking is for women to do the same. And I said they love raw sex. They do fucking love raw sex. I know that for a fact. What do you? Yeah. And said why am I expecting them to be responsible? Yeah, I am expecting them to be responsible for themselves, but I never left my body and my future up to a guy, because that's why I always requested them to use a condom. But it's been many times where they did not want to use one, and there was an argument that ensued. You think they go into it willingly put on a fucking condom? Some men do, some men don't. Same for a guy. If he doesn't want to get a woman pregnant, so you're just making excuses for these men who are sleeping with women, knowing they don't want to get her pregnant, knowing they don't want a baby, and they will purposely not use a condom, know she's not on birth control, coming her, and then when she get pregnant, get mad, and that's her get an abortion when she doesn't, leave her, and then get mad when she put him on child support. If he's the one that did not want the baby in that scenario, why did he not use a fucking condom? And then she asked him not to use one. He was supposed to say, okay, then we can't have sex, and I'm leaving because I'm not having unprotected sex with you because I don't want to get you pregnant. Why are you people acting like men are 4 years old? They don't have a fucking mind. Why you all just giving these dudes a pass? This is why they able to get away with this shit. So for that, I might just close down my comment section, because the logic of the, like, I was trying to figure out why so much of this shit is running rapid in the black community. Now I'm seeing it. They just give excuses to these motherfuckers. These dudes can sit here. I know a dude that got 12 fucking kids. Okay, 12 damn kids. He went into the vaginas raw. Didn't give a damn. And for you people saying, well, why did the women let him get pregnant? First of all, the women wanted the baby with him. Second of all, he only has one of his kids at his home, so the women don't even know he got all those fucking kids. You men act like women know. First of all, when men have those amount of kids, they usually don't tell the woman. The men usually don't have the kids stand with them. So when a woman's with the guy, she don't even know he got all these damn kids. They don't even know. He confessed that he had 12. He only told like a couple people. All the women he's screwing don't even know this man got all these fucking kids. Okay, so they wanted a kid with him for whatever reason. They thought because he only has one of his kids staying with him. So they thought he was a good guy, only had one kid, got pregnant, and then he just dropped him like a bad habit. They don't know what happened. They didn't understand this is what this dude does. He's a baby maker. He's a breeder. He just go from woman to woman making kids. And then he complains about being on fucking child support, and his friend told him, well, dude, this is your fault. You the one keep having unprotected sex with all these fucking women making kids. Okay, see, I like when other men hold men to the fire, just like I like when women hold other women to the fire, but it has to be legitimate. Don't come into my comment section coming at me saying I'm being biased, or I'm saying that women should expect men to do certain shit. No, I said I expect men to do certain shit for themselves. I don't want to hear any more complaints about them saying they didn't want to get the woman pregnant when she wasn't on birth control. You knew it and you came to her. Now for the women that lie, say they're on birth control and they're not, that's different. He should still use a condom to prevent himself from getting an STD. Okay, but that's to protect himself. But they don't care about getting a sexually transmitted disease. But the thing about it is, she could lie and say, I know women who have lied and said they were birth control and they wasn't on it. So in that case, I don't blame him for that, because he did not know. He should still use he should have still used the condom though. But it is what it is. And let's reverse it. It's times when women have asked the guy to use a condom. She was protecting herself, like you said. And the bastard, that's what happened to me. And another woman in my comment section said that shit happened to her. Where the dude, you're having intercourse, he has the condom on, but he don't want to use it. So he said, let me adjust it. He takes it out, take it clean off, and put it back in you. Then when he gets you pregnant, you wondering what the hell happened. He had a condom on. Find out he never had he took the condom off when he was adjusting himself. Okay? Next time y'all comment down in my comment section, come with some logic. Okay? But then it's like, now I see why the community's so fucked up, because nobody takes accountability for shit. These people just spin. And then somebody said that I was dumb, that I was ignorant. I act like I'm 19 when okay, so I'm ignorant. This person said I was ignorant, and I'm so dumb. I'm dumb as a 19-year-old, which 19-year-olds aren't dumb, for one. Number two, if I'm so dumb, why the hell was I able to refrain from getting pregnant? But yet this person who said I was dumb, I'm about 100% sure he's a broke motherfucker. I know he is. And he got upset about my thugs and dope boys video, so I'm pretty sure he's one of them. Then he said he doesn't live around them, but yet you got so much to say about them, and you claim that women choose them, but you say you don't live around them. He's a lying ass motherfucker. Okay. Then he started calling me out my name because he doesn't like what I'm saying. I told women, they always result to calling you out of your name. BITCH is you're stupid, you're dumb, you're ignorant. When you're saying things that basically that they don't like. Okay? And even though I think I went a little bit too far with my profanity in this video, excuse me, and I said, are you that dumb and stupid? And if I call someone stupid or dumb, I apologize. But this person used stupidity in this paragraph and said the people not being responsible and they just won't ask, and it was just ridiculous. So I had to do a video about this because I don't understand what people are not getting. Both people are supposed to take responsibility. Stop talking about women have all the fucking control. They got all the control in sex. How? What you mean they got? Okay, yeah, they have to agree to it. Yeah, that's as far as it goes. Because they both have to agree once they have sex, though, if he's gonna use a condom or not. They have to be in unison, and everybody has to go into the sex act worry about themselves, protecting themselves. You can't depend on the other person to keep you protected. I didn't. That's why I don't have no fucking kids. So this person talking about they intentionally didn't have kids, and I didn't either. I don't fucking have any kids. What part do you not understand? So you think because you hear the passion in my voice that I'm some single mother or something? Is that what the fuck you think? I don't have any kids. Okay? I don't have any because I protected myself. However, these men who talking about they didn't fucking want any kids, why the hell they got all these damn kids then? They came in women raw and then get married, they put on child support. I just said I know a guy who got 12 kids, but he's complaining about his child support payments. And another man had to check him. Because he said, dude, you the one did this to you. You had all these kids by these different women and you knew you couldn't take care of those kids. Now you complain about child support? I don't respect a person that does not take accountability for their actions. And if you don't take accountability, in my comment section, you're going to be deleted and blocked.